Arena Rule 5, length and number of periods. A regular arena game is based on 4 periods of 7.5 minutes each. You'll have 4 minutes to change in between periods and a 10-minute halftime. The host tournament committee can elect to do 6 5-minute periods. You'll have the same amount of time to change in between periods, and the halftime, which would be after the third period, of course, is still 10 minutes. And the handicap is the same because it's the same amount of playing time. So all arena handicaps are based on 4 periods of 7.5 minutes or 6 periods of 5 minutes. Okay, so the handicap's going to be the same. Don't go to your matrix. Don't get confused. Those are your 2 elections, and arena handicaps are straight handicaps. Now, if you're going to play a round robin where you're playing a regular game, but you're playing 2 periods against the team, then you'll go to the matrix and cut the handicap in half for 2 periods. But those are 7.5 minute periods. Or if you're going to do something different, you'll use the handicap matrix for that. Okay? So in the arena, you will get a 30-second warning horn. 30 seconds before the time in the period expires, you'll get a warning horn. And then at the end of the period, you should get a final horn. Usually it's 1 horn at 30 and 2 at 0. So that's the general. You can do it any way you want, but that's the generally accepted way of doing it. Okay, when a goal is scored in the arena, to signal a goal, the umpire will raise his arm. Of course, if you have goal judges, they'll wave their flags. I usually raise my arm and just yell goal, so they stop playing. Okay? Penalties will be taken in the same period in which they happen. If there's less than 5 seconds on the clock when a penalty happens in a period, then you'll put up to 5 seconds on. So if there's 6 seconds, you don't touch the clock. If there's 3 seconds left, you'll add 2 seconds, so there's at least 5 seconds. So you want at least 5 seconds on the clock when executing a penalty shot. Penalties that happen in between periods. I'm not even sure what this might be, but it could be, say, unsportsmanlike conduct or something like that. They'll be taken in the next period. Obviously, there's no other way to do it. Okay, your host tournament committee will have to make a choice of what happens if there's a tie at the end of the game. So their choice is to go into overtime, chuckers. And overtime is sudden death. So if you have an overtime period, you'll start the period and the first team that scores wins. Game over. Okay, the second election the host tournament committee can make is a shootout. And if they choose a shootout, of course, they have to notify all the players before the tournament starts which election they're making. That's a different video, but in any case, if you do a shootout, okay, everybody stays for the shootout. Everybody, both teams. You'll use the same horses you used that you just played in the final period. Everyone will hit from the 25-yard line. Team members can switch horses with each other between turns, but not between approaches. You'll get 2 approaches and only 1 hit for each penalty shot. Okay, everyone from the team hits. To decide who goes first, umpires will do it like they do at the start of the game, just by lot, flip of a coin, how many fingers do I have behind my back, that sort of thing. That's how they decide who goes first. And then after both teams, each player on both teams hits, then you'll count the score. And if the score is still tied, you'll repeat the same process. But you'll do it in a reverse order. In other words, the team that hits second will hit first, and the team that hit first hit second, just to err on the cautious side of being fair. And that's the shootout. So the most important thing to remember about the shootout is if you have to do it, it's from the 25, everybody hits, and you count the score. Each goal counts as 1 point. And then if you have a winner, you have a winner. If you don't, you do it again. That's pretty much what you need to know. Okay, so that is Rule 5, length and number of periods.